We want to turn now. It was a defining moment, really, for this country. And today marks 30 years since the LA riots. Of course, this was an uprising. It was all about justice against police brutality.
And that uprising came on this day when a jury acquitted the 4 officers involved in the brutal beating of Rodney King. His daughter is still fighting for change in his name, and she joins us now. Lora King, thank you for being with us. And you joined us actually around this very anniversary a year ago. I know that you've been very busy. You continue to be with community outreach. Yeah. Tell us, though, how you and your family have been honoring your father this week.
You know, I've done endless interviews to just continue to bring awareness because, you know, this generation weren't born, but it is a historical moment, so they should know, you know, and we're just trying to figure out just how we could get along. You know, we're still proposing the same question, and it's like, until it's taken serious, we'll just continue to the legacy on.
How do you characterize, we commemorate, not celebrate necessarily this date. So what do you call this? This is to mark a moment in American history, a turning point. What are we marking?
Literally every day I have a different meaning. I would say, I would definitely say an uprising, you know, the 92 uprising, in the language of the unheard.
And when you talk about uprisings, I know that you've been meeting frequently over the past few years with George Floyd's family, which created an uprising as well, similar to what happened with your father in the aftermath of your father's beating. What change has happened since 2020? Has enough happened? What still needs to be done in terms of actually taking that outrage and turning it into real change?
You know, just when we're looking forward, there's another hashtag. So it's like, But we did witness a historical moment last year when the officer was convicted of murder. And that was a historical moment. You know, we had never seen that. So I think that no matter how bad things get, that gave me a sense of hope in America, in the world, a sense of hope. Like, you know, we are moving forward. Even though it's at a turtle's pace, we're definitely moving forward. So that gives me a lot of hope, you know.
Well, Lora,
it really genuinely does.
What do you think there? It gives us hope that there was a conviction. But the hope of these things not happening anymore, because it still seems, if it's not every week, it seems every month or a couple of weeks, whatever it is, that there's another video out there of a police incident involving a person of color. So where does we can't just hope for the conviction, can we?
Exactly. I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad. You know, everybody was celebrating like, yeah. And it's like, why are we celebrating a man getting charged for murder for taking an African-American life? And I'd say the same thing if he was black, white, purple. I'd say the same thing. Just so happened that he's a black man, you know, and it's like, it's sad that we're in a state right now, 30 plus years later after this happened to my dad, which is the same thing. We have videotape. It's obvious. Why are we even going through this? We should be looking back at this, laughing at this ignorant moment, like, you know, look how far we've came. So I definitely think that more solution-based, uncomfortable conversations need to be had. That's why we do that at the Rodney King Foundation. That's what we do. We have uncomfortable conversations with police officers, with the community, to get to know each other so that both parties aren't fearful. You know, it's like, we should not be here, America, the world, let alone America in the world. We shouldn't be here. Yeah, we really shouldn't.
And Lora, I know you've said, and you continue to speak out, especially around this anniversary, but throughout the year, and you say you're reaching out to those younger generations who weren't around when what happened to your father happened in front of the world. What do you say to those younger people?
You know, I'd say they're courageous differently than my generation. We're different, you know, generations. We're all courageous, but, you know, they're affected differently as well because there's more interracial people that are okay being with different walks of life and speaking up, because now they're affected also because some of their family members are black. You know, it's more interracial everything than ever. And so I commend you, and I tell you to keep using your voice, because your voice does matter. One person does make a difference. Speak up on something that's not uncomfortable, you know. Continue to have those uncomfortable conversations so that we can push ourselves forward and not just make it a joke. Can we get along? Just really ask the question, can we get along? And if so, why are we still here? And use your voice. Speak up, use artwork, anything you can use, poetry, you know, anything. And contact us at the Rodney King Foundation. Come out, help with an event, feed the homeless, give shoes. just do an act of kindness, you know, have the domino effect on the world.
Laura, it's always great talking to you. And just as I was reading about the 30-year anniversary, I just happened to come across a picture of your dad, and he had a big smile on his face. It's not the image that's seared in our memories of him from, of course, the initial video, but then the press conference. But he was just a dude with a big old smile on his face, and it was a reminder that, yes, you said he was never the same after that incident, and then, of course, your dad has passed. But at the end of the day, you lost your dad as a kid in a lot of ways, and you continue his work in his name and this legacy. But at the same time, our condolences still to you and your family for you still have somebody missing from your family. So congratulations on everything, and we hope to talk to you again. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Nice to see you guys again.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks, Laura. Come on back.
Okay, guys.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.